I'm Bink Deadpool, and I'm joined by a guest. He's finally showed up. He's finally come to one of our Final Fantasy streams. It's Iron Hobbit.
Hi guys.
He's not here personally, but you know he's here. Oh,
It's
and
raining outside a lot.
Yeah, it's like pouring.
Like
it's supposed to rain like this all day too. So
the sky, there's gray, dark gray, and then black, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's not good. So I just got into a random encounter with just Cloud, which it looks like I'm gonna have to run from. Maybe. Damn it! Yeah, they're fucking me up. Get him, Cloud! Jesus Christ! Oh, stop putting me to... Oh, dude. This is not good. I'm already with yellow hit points.
It's a personal problem.
Yeah, it kinda is. Alright, god damn it. Oh, they put me to fucking sleep, fucking bastards.
Why do I want to request your real name? I don't care.
I don't know. Why would you?
I just want to watch the freaking thing.
Yeah, me
from
too.
My PS4.
God.
You worthless piece of PS4.
Cha. How could you miss a sleeping target? Wake up, goddammit!
It cut me out of the chat while it loaded in the broadcast.
Oh, wow. Jesus Christ, man. I gotta use another goddamn item. God damn it. This is like a very annoying fight, random encounter, with just Cloud.
You want to know what's really annoying?
What?
I can hear the broadcast in my ear. I just heard you just say that again. I just heard you say this is really annoying.
That's
I'm
awesome.
hearing everything we're saying in my headset.
That's awesome. I didn't mean to do that. God damn it.
I can't tell which conversation you're having with me.
See, that's why I usually don't watch the stream.
Awesome 4 times now. And it's... and then I'm talking.
And you don't know. It's so confusing.
I'm turning my volume on my TV doesn't help. Okay.
God damn, holy fuck, man.
Alright, settings.
Just die. Alright. I haven't even gotten into the chat yet. Jesus, okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
I gotta fix this. My head hurts now. Oh, wow. Sound and stream. Audio.
Oh.
What is
That's...
It's devices, right?
Yeah, devices, audio.
Audio device. Audio, all chat audio.
There you go.
And then I turn the volume on my TV all the way down.
Alright, let's get back up to where I'm supposed to be. Fucking random encounter. Alright. So yeah, this is where we left everybody. All staring at President Shinra's dead body. So I think I have to go outside and talk to President Rufus. So, Sephiroth was actually here, by the way. Just who are you? I think I read that wrong, but whatever. I'm Tom Yeti, ex-soldier, first class. I'm from Avalanche. Me too. I'm a flower girl from the slums. I'm a research specimen. Thief? Fighter? Acrobat? What a crew. Oh, nice. I got Torn and Paul Foxhound in the chat. It's awesome.
Sweet.
Hi guys. Well, I'm Rufus.
Probably pull that chat up.
Yeah, you probably should. I'm Rufus, the president of Shinra
I
Inc.
should, but I'm not gonna.
Man, you're just horrible. Is your mic away from your mouth, maybe? Because you sound really quiet.
It could possibly.
There he
I'm
is.
also not I'm the only one awake at the moment.
Ah, okay.
Not trying to wake the whole house.
Yeah, I gotcha. You're the president because your old man died. Correct.
President, I'm awesome.
Yeah. And now he's gonna do his monologue. Ah, I can hear myself. That was weird.
Not anymore.
Good.
Yeah, I know.
Father tried to.
I felt earlier.
Yeah. Father tried to control the world with money, and that worked for him. I think he just grew up Tits McGee. The people believed that Shinra would protect them. Work at Shinra, get your pay. If terrorist attacks, the Shinra army will help you. It looked perfect on the outside. But I do things differently. I control the world with fear. It's too much to do it like my old man. A little fear will control the minds of common people. There's no reason to waste good money on them. Because, you know, they're common folk. Just likes to make speeches like his father. Get MacGuffin out of the building. What? I'll explain later. Brutus, this is a real crisis of the planet. The hell is that supposed to mean? I'll explain later. Just take my word for it now. I'll go after I take care of him. Alright, Tom. Tom Yeti. Okay. Awesome. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Tom, I just thought of something. I'll wait for Tom. Everyone get to the elevator. Beep, beep.
I will stand right here in this puddle of blood and wait for Tom.
Yeah, right in the puddle of blood, right in front of the door. It's gonna get pretty ugly from here on. We should check our equipment. Remove Tom Yeti and Tits McGee materia. I should do this, right?
Should you?
I think. I don't know.
Give me a second.
I can't remember.
I'm still half asleep. Let me think.
Yeah.
This is because you're gonna split the group up into like 2 or 3 people here.
Well, yeah. There's Cloud's gonna fight Rufus, and then the rest are gonna fight in the elevator. But it's having me remove the materia from Tom and Tits, which I'm not sure if I'll be able to equip it back onto them.
Give me a second.
I just need confirmation if I'll be able to equip it back.
At some point, but not.
Okay, well, I'll remove it,
so
and then
when Tifa leaves, redistribute your materia, give Ares the lightning and the restore materia, and make sure Red has at least 1 spell materia.
Okay. She's got restore all, ice, fire, and lightning all. Okay. Alright, so the only 2 I didn't have any materia on was Brutus and MacGuffin. Or Brutus and, what do we call him? Scruffy. I forgot what we called him.
It was Scruffy.
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 Well, you just you're a scruffy guy. Do that. And that. And then we'll give him enemy. And that. And restore all. That should be good.
The boss in the elevator is extremely weak to lightning. Don't worry about giving spells to Barrett. Barrett can hit the boss long range.
Yeah, I gave, oh, I should probably give him the lightning elemental then.
You should give Scruffy, you should give Brutus the lightning elemental. Attach it to his weapon. And if you have 2 lightning materials, give one to McGuffin and one to Scruffy.
Okay. Alright, I only have 2 lightning materials. So I'm gonna have to... Because I want Brutus to do, like, some heavy damage.
So you can give that.
So I'm gonna give him the lightning elemental. So that way he does the elemental damage with his attacks. You know?
Right.
Kind of hit a little bit harder, because that'll be nice. I'm also giving him cover, so that way his limit break might go up a little bit faster. Actually, let me put the cover on Scruffy. He's got more hit points. Do that. And should I do ice or fire?
What, on Scruffy?
Yeah.
Either or works. You're gonna do about the same damage with both.
Okay. I'll do fire.
Lightning's the one that's gonna give you the high marker. Poison won't do you any good. It's a machine boss.
Yeah. All right. I think we're good to go. Let's do this. Where's the door? There we go. Ding. Oh.
I expected a random encounter before you got there.
I did too. I was really surprised. Oh no, they broke the glass around us. We don't want to do that yet.
I'm dying.
Good God, man. Auxiliary. Ow. Ow. Yeah, we should be able to do this, no problem. Jesus Christ. My Twitter just explodified. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, Paul, liking the tweets and stuff. Between Paul and,
Paul.
Torn, sharing it around and everything. So thanks, guys.
Woo, go guys.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Main artillery. Ouch.
Yes, this is unfortunately what I sound like when I first wake up.
Yeah.
Like death.
It's alright. Alright. That should be alright. We got double limit break going right now. Sled Fang. 186, it's not bad. Healing Wind. Charging, sensor cannon charging. That doesn't sound good.
That sounds awesome.
No, it doesn't. You stupid.
It takes him 2 rounds to do it, so you got 2 rounds to whoop his ass.
Alright. It's charged. Great. So. Great.
He has to fire it next round.
Yeah. Just burn and electrocute the son of a... There we go. It's down. That's 1. Now there's the flying one, right? Yeah. That, like, air turret gun thing.
I think so.
Yeah. Alright,
yeah.
Attack. Fire. 158, that's not bad. Ow! Don't hit MacGuffin!
Heli Gunner, I believe this one is called.
I haven't even looked. I have the thing on my screen. Yeah, Heligunner. I have this thing on my screen. It's just I haven't really been looking at it that much.
Yeah, the one before was called 100 Gunner.
Well, he definitely had a lot of guns.
He did. Maybe even 100.
Probably.
And you still beat him.
I did. He didn't have enough guns.
About 101.
That's no good. It's spinning like a top. I can't remember everything about this game. Ow! But when he's awake enough, I do believe Iron Hobbit has some trivia for the game.
Yes, I do.
There you go. Woohoo! Level up. Go Brutus. Mithril Armlet. Nice. Access menu. Yeah, alright, cool. Awesome. Crap. Remove materia from members with square. There we go.
Omelet.
Omelet. It's an omelet.
Omelet. It's an omelet.
It's an omelet. It's made of eggs.
Mmm, it's tasty.
Mmm, yummy. Doesn't really help either way.
Alright. After the boss fight, you need to make sure you equip the cloud.
Yep, I'm doing that.
Make sure you give him a restore materia.
I'm thinking poison elemental for his weapon too. What do you think? Because he's a human, right? So he should be affected by poison.
Right. You all. I would suggest switching Barrett's elemental lightning and putting it in Cloud's armor.
Oh, okay.
And
do that.
If you have two alls, combine a restore materia with one, and if you have enough, you know, maybe that armlet you just got.
No, the mithril only gives me two, and they're combined. So it's like pretty much I get. This is what I can do. I can do restore all on my weapon, and then lightning elemental on my armor, and that's pretty much what I can do.
Wow.
Unless we want to switch from that, because it only
you don't
gives.
Have anything better?
Not.
Better weapons?
Not really. I think it's still at the point where Cloud uses the Buster Sword, and I've got 4 slots, but they're 4 materia slots, but none of them are linked. So, I think the best I'm gonna get is what I got right now.
I think, unfortunately, me being missing half.
Do what? You cut out. I think his controller died. I think his controller died, everyone. He's alright. He's not dead. I just said...
My controller died.
I told you guys. I told you guys. His controller died. Everything's okay. What were you saying, though?
I was saying that I think you may have missed a weapon for Cloud.
Oh.
But I'm not positive.
I thought you didn't get, like, a weapon with Cloud until you leave Midgar.
Thought you got one. But I could be mistaken.
Huh. Alright, so... I think I'm as good as I'm gonna get.
You're as good as you're gonna get with what you
Why
got.
would I need to restore all? It's just one-on-one Cloud versus... Rufus. So why would I need...
Because you don't get a chance to equip materia
Oh.
between now and the next fight. and you just dropped all your materia off everybody else, so Todd's the only one going to be equipped with materia when you fight the boss after the bike
Fuck.
chase.
Well, that just makes it a little bit harder. Alright.
Yeah, that's why I said they suggest you to have 2 all materias equipped. So I'm wondering if you missed something, but I can't remember what it is. So...
I don't know. Oh well. I'm just gonna have to go into it.
That means
Just gonna go into it. Fuck it. Why do you want to fight me? You want the Promised Land in Sephiroth. I can't allow that. That's right. Rip Hobbit. Did you...
What?
Freaking, Torin in the chat. Hashtag
yes.
Rip Hobbit.
Yes.
Did you know that Sephiroth is an ancient? Whatever, I don't care. I can't let either you or Sephiroth have the Promised Land. I see. I guess we won't be allies. And I've already got a limit break at the beginning of this. This is gonna be good. Yeah, let's back row. He's on the back row, so we'll get that dog. Goodbye, doggy. Okay. I mean, this should just be pretty much a straightforward fight, though, right? Just pretty much me and him.
Yes. No, it's you, him, and
no, trust me, it's just me and him.
Oh, is Dark Mason gone?
Yeah, I took the dog out first thing. I had a limit break right off the bat, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hit the thing on the back row.
What an idiot.
I don't know. Pacha.
And he shot you again.
He keeps on shooting me with that goddamn shotgun. I'm just gonna cut him. I'm gonna cut him dead.
Cut you. Cut you dead.
I'm gonna cut you, boy. I'm gonna cut you. Come on. Bam. Yeah, this game has one of the best soundtracks I've heard. Hey, that's all for today.
I'm gonna wait till you get past this exciting part of fighting Rufus and escaping from the,
well, he's escaping, he just escaped via helicopter.
Right, I'm like 10 seconds behind you.
Oh, I know. I'm just letting you know. Yay! So I got a protect vest and a guard source.
Anyway, once you're out of Midgar, I will do the trivia.
Oh, okay. Right on. But yeah, this game, oh, the music. The music of this game is awesome. Damn it. Of course, I get a random encounter before I can get to the save point. Get your needles away from me, little frickin' creepy things. Ugh.
Needle things.
They are, they're creepy. They're creepy.
Yeah.
It says they're police, like Valen police or something like that. Hold on.
I don't know.
Vargrid police.
Yeah.
They're creepy.
They're around 140 hit points.
Yeah, that's why it's only taken a couple swipes with my sword to take them out. Oh, it's suiciding on me. It's you, dude. Just use self-destruct.
You can steal tranquilizers for those things.
I don't need no tranks.
Just, you know.
Yeah, for future reference. I gotcha.
Or for reference in general.
Yeah.
They're common right around here. You know, hyper is something you like to get rid of. Not
yeah.
I mind hyper so much. Slow or whatever it is.
No, it's
Sadness.
was it hyper and sadness? Yeah. Sadness pretty much like reduced how fast your limit break bar fills, and hyper does the opposite. Brutus is going on ahead, firing at civilians most likely.
Hyper is actually quite useful.
Oh, I know.
It boosts your limit break speed. You know how fast you increase your limit break.
Oh, I know.
Sadness decreases it, so
it's not as great.
At the same time, I've heard people, you know, because there's always been a little bit of confusion on exactly how the limit break thing works on leveling it up. You know,
yeah.
Is it how often you use the limit break? Is it how far you get into the game? Is it, you know, what is the trigger that gives, you know? Because some people can get through limit breaks like that, and others have to work for hours and hours of grinding before they get the limit break they're looking for.
Yeah.
And Ares, particularly, is a pain in the butt to get all her limit breaks.
Yeah, from what I hear, it's like the first ones, the like level 1 limit breaks are like how many times you use it. It's like, and then it'll pop the next one. And then I think it's like level 2 is the damage that you deal / heal, whatever. I don't know. It's been a while since I actually read up on it.
Yeah, I know. I've never read up on that particularly, so I'm also one of those that's never quite figured out exactly how it works. So there was always some trial and error with the use of the sadness and hyper.
Yeah.
You know, some people thought that if you put yourself in sadness and you got your limit breaks up, it would give you limit breaks quicker because you were taking longer to get them. And others thought if you know, Dustin particularly would put hyper on all the time, get as many limit breaks as he could.
Yeah. Alright, I stopped it right here because it's gonna actually do the cutscene. He's coming, hurry. There we go. First time I saw this cutscene, I was like, man, this is fucking badass.
I did too.
With Cloud on the bike.
One of the best cutscenes I had seen in a while.
Oh, yeah.
I love Red 13's tail glowing too.
Yeah. Come on, doggy, get in the truck! Boom. Causing all sorts of destruction. Driving vehicles through a building. Because we're badasses and shit. Now, this is not one of my favorite mini games coming up. I hate this mini game.
Something I have to bring up, which I'll discuss more when we talk about when we go through the trivia, is you can see that they had multiple designers working on multiple parts of the game, and none of them were ever really given an actual idea of what the full scale of this game was going to be when they were working on it, because certain parts are so different than others.
Yeah.
Such a different feel. Like, think, you know, particularly this whole dark, ominous thing, and then the, you know, badass escape versus the total weirdness that is Wall Market.
Yeah. Yeah, very weirdness. It's giving me the opportunity to actually switch my party up and equip materia, so thank God for that. I thought I fucked up bad. Alright.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I couldn't find anywhere in the cheat guide that said you did. I couldn't remember if you did or not, and I was assuming since it didn't say that you may not.
Yeah.
And to prepare.
Be prepared. Be prepared. Okay, so let's see. Put cover and what should we put on him? That. Just readjusting materia right now, pretty much.
No.
Yeah, it's happening.
Okay.
Being all.
That striking staff is such an awesome weapon.
It is. I'm very glad that I was able to obtain it.
I noticed that stealing things in this game are actually a bit easier to do than magic gathering from Final Fantasy VIII, where you had to draw all your magic from your enemies.
Yeah.
If you wanted to fill up your magic, you could sit there for a while in some areas, filling up all the different spells you could obtain.
Yeah, that was the one thing I didn't really like from that game. Okay, so I can control the bike with the directional buttons, and save my friends in the truck from the Shinra pursuit troops. Square attacks on the left, circle attacks on the right. Alright. Alright, I am not a fan of this minigame. Never have been. Because usually by the end of it... It is kind of easy, but like usually by the end of it, I have to, you know, at the beginning of the fight, the boss fight that shows up here. Fuck off. I usually have to spend my first round healing everyone. Fuckers! Stop! Get away from the thing! Get away from the thing! Get! Dang it! They're so fast! They're so fast! Get away! Get away!
Your aim sucks.
It does. It's fucking.
Did you give Badger the controller?
No. It's just I've never been a fan of this minigame. Never. This is how it always goes. Fuck off. Fuck off, eh? Fuck off. Fuck off. See?
Garrett's gonna die.
God damn it! Oh my god. Fuck off. Dude, seriously.
Wow, they're raping.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, dude, it's like Akira or something right here. I'm dealing with the bike gangs from Akira.
It's a good thing that it's almost impossible to lose.
I know, right? God.
You literally have to, like, kill none of the things. I think it's actually harder to lose on the PS4 version here than it was on the other one.
Yeah, because I remember freaking
on the
actually being, you know.
Version.
Well, it's not so much that you lose; it's whoever you have in that combat. God damn it! I hate that part. Whoever you have,
your party will be KO'd.
Yeah, so you'll have to like spend pretty much a couple rounds using like Phoenix Downs and healing up. Luckily, all I have to do is just like a round of healing, and we'll be fine.
Oh, look at that! You made it to the end.
Yay! Not a fan of that minigame, but yay! Yeah, there are many things that Hobbit does not remember of this game. There we go. Boom. arm
That's cool.
attack.
I'm very skeptical about VR. I'm one of those old school gamers who tried VR in its infancy, and I'm not a big fan, and I think it's going to take a lot for me to trust enough to actually buy any kind of virtual reality system or device and you know, spend the kind of money on it to do any serious gaming.
Yeah. Now when you say like old days of VR, I assume you're talking about like the Virtual Boy and shit like that, you know? 'Cause
Yeah.
that was my first introduction to quote unquote VR. And it was terrible.
I said a whole thing, but half of it got cut off because my controller died.
Oh, you gotta plug in your controller, man.
Yeah. It was plugged in. I unplugged it to move over this direction.
Ah.
Anyway, what I had said basically was that it's going to take a lot for me to really trust enough to buy a virtual reality console and spend the kind of money to do any kind of serious gaming on it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, not just because I was burnt by things like the Virtual Boy and, you know, things like that, but, you know, I tried a few of the virtual reality games, you know, like the big arcade ones. You go to, like, one of those, you know, big-ass arcades.
Yeah.
And they have one of the you pay, like, $5 or $10 and you get to, you know, play for a few minutes in the virtual reality first-person shooter thing. You know, with the big headset on and you spin in a circle in their box and...
Yeah. They had a few of those things. One of them at where we used to work, Quaker Steak and Lube, they had that one that was like a submarine firing simulator kind of thing.
They did.
I mean, it wasn't
played
bad.
That one, but they did have it.
I played it once or twice. It wasn't bad. Alright, this thing should be about dead. Another couple freaking solid hits, it should be down.
That
320.
Help.
One more attack. Here, we're gonna have our little humble flower girl finish this thing off. Maybe. It's gonna twin burner me first, I guess. There we go. Dunk! Dunk! There we go. Mind blow.
Wow.
Yeah, Brutus is gonna blow your mind. Well, what are we gonna do now?
Star pendant.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's helpful.
That's the second one I've gotten too. Sephiroth is alive. Sephiroth is alive. I have to settle the score. Will that save the planet? It seems so.
No.
Probably not. Then I'm going.
Revenge is never the answer.
It is in this game.
It's the answer.
I was about to say, it is in this game. I'll go too. There are things I need to know. Like, who's my mom? About the ancients? Yeah, and my mom. I guess it's goodbye, Midgar. Goodbye, Midgar. We won't see you for another fucking 100 hours.
100 hours of gameplay, fuck you.
More than likely. Alright,
I won't see you till after Ares is dead.
Yep. Yep. You know what? This is the first time we've left Midgar.
Ares, you will never get to come back here.
Yep, you'll never get to see your precious church again. How do you feel about this? Guess this is the start of our journey. Okay, it's just like little things. We told MacGuffin's mom to go somewhere safe, so Marlene could be safe too. Yeah, she should be. She said she didn't want to stay in Midgar anymore.
She
Maybe it's
should
for the
be.
best. What?
I was laughing at the line.
Oh.
She should be.
She should be. I'm going back to my hometown. I'll go as far as that. And then you'll continue with us even farther. Then, let's go. We don't need to stay here. We need a leader for our journey. Of course, that can only be me. You think so? I think it should be Tom. And Brutus is like, the fuck you say, bitch? Brutus just kind of gives freaking Eris that look like, the fuck you say? Shit. Alright. Go northeast to a town called Calm. If something happens, we'll meet up there. Besides, we can't all be strolling around out there. It's too dangerous. We'll split up into 2 parties. Okay. Let's bring MacGuffin. Even though she's gonna fucking die halfway through the game. Spoilers. Fuck it. We'll be the ladies' man. We'll be the ladies' man. Thought you'd do that. Thought you'd do that. Take all the bitches. Later, at Calm.
All the bitches.
I did. I took all the bitches. I got Tits McGee and MacGuffin. Alright. And since I've got them... Let me see. I should be able to... Shit. Shit! God damn it, Barrett.
What?
Barrett's got some of my materia! God damn it!
That sounds
sigh.
like a personal problem.
Yeah, fuck. Fuck. That's alright, I guess Tifa will just have fire all, and then fire and ice. Since those are the only 4 fucking materias I have left.
Tifa needs steel.
Yeah, Barrett's got that.
Barrett sucks at stealing.
Well, I just had him have it in case I could steal anything from those bosses that we were fighting.
No, it's the tactics set
Oops.
in combat, whether
Yeah.
you use it or not. And steel is one of those where it's a bitch to level up if you don't have it equipped.
Always.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I don't plan on stealing anything from this area, or I'm just leveling up in this area, you know, I'm gonna equip these things, or as a boss, you know, and you don't level up steel, you don't get the AP that you do, you know, with things like revive, and, you know, restore, and alls, and elementals.
Yeah.
Because you always have that crap equipped.
It's needs. You gotta have those. But anyway, I'm out of Midgar. So you can drop
There is an enemy
some trivia bombs.
out here. There's an enemy out here in this
Right.
area
Okay.
surrounding Midgar that gives you a enemy skill.
Oh, okay.
So, let me see if I can...
Bum, ba, dun, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Son of a bitch. I already did that one. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I didn't mean to do that again. Damn it. Oh well. I'm just using sense all these times I don't really need it.
There's a behemoth.
A behemoth?
But I don't think you can, I think that's when you return to Midgar later.
Oh, okay.
It gives you the question mark enemy skill.
Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I think that's like disc 3 kind of thing, after you come back.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I almost want to say that one of the enemies out here did give you many enemy skill.
It does.
I know the Midgar's
I'm pretty
Lum.
sure it's the missile one.
Okay, yeah. I know the Midgar's Lum does.
Custom Sweeper gives you Metro Magic.
Okay.
You'll find that in the Midgar area. It's level 15. It's right around, so it'll be in this area right here.
Okay, cool.
You just have to let it use it on you. And you'll learn it.
Oh, you motherfucker, you stole my gravel ball. Oh no, okay. Well, the one that ran away wasn't the one that stole my gravel ball. Never mind, I got it back.
There's a couple you can only get in the crater.
Yeah, I know. Alright, yeah, so I think I'm gonna try and get that, enemy skill before I go into Calm. Because I know Calm's gonna be a big frickin' thing, pretty much.
That's just, like, a massive, huge story.
Yeah, it's a story dump, so I don't know, I might save that for next time. You know?
Huge story dump.
Yeah, it's a huge story dump, so I might...
Take you at least half hour to get through it.
Yeah. So I might save that for the beginning of the next one, and just kind of sit out here and grind a bit. Well, not grind, but try to get that enemy skill. And, you can spout out some of that trivia that you had prepared.
I'm going to. Eventually.
Eventually. No. Okay, yeah. No rush, no rush.
No. No, we're good. Alright, so I had some trivia. Not all of it's Final Fantasy trivia, but it is all, or Final Fantasy VII trivia, but it is Final Fantasy trivia nonetheless. We'll start with the unfortunately I have not found an expanded version of this. I have read up some more on this particular one here. We all remember the Honeybee Inn, right? We all know how weird that place is.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
Apparently was much bigger and much weirder. And along with what I had said earlier, you have to remember, the designers had no idea what the actual feel of the grand scale of the game was meant to be when they were told to design these areas. That's why some of them have such different feels to them. You know, you've got places like the Honeybee Inn inside Wall Market, and Wall Market's weird enough as it is, but then you've got the Honeybee Inn, which just totally takes another turn that doesn't, never goes any other direct, or nowhere else in the game goes in that direction that the Honeybee Inn did. I mean, that was like full-on pervert.
Yeah, it was
with the game.
I'm kind of surprised that it got through, like censorship and shit, especially over here in America. You know?
Yeah, agreed.
Because
then you got, what is it, Golden Saucer.
Yeah.
Golden Saucer, it was almost like you were in a hallucination or in a dreamlike state. It was very, different different feel than anywhere else in the game.
Yep. Okay.
You know, and then you have some of the places like Barrett's hometown.
Coral, North Coral, right?
Yeah, North Coral, and which is just, you know, it's filled with people who are striving to survive, clinging on to the little bits of hope that, you know, that are left. You've got, you know, the slums in Midgar and the whole terrorist thing going on.
Yep.
Which again is in a totally different light now than it was back in the 90s when the game came out, you know.
Yep.
It would be very different to release a game now where your main character starts out as a terrorist.
Yeah. And let alone, like, halfway through the beginning of the game, you have a section with cross-dressing.
Yes,
you know?
Exactly.
That's not very PC nowadays.
So, over the years, remember when this game came out, literally internet was in its infancy. I mean, it wasn't like baby stuff, but it wasn't, you know, there weren't YouTubers, there weren't, you know, groups of hackers that...
The internet wasn't as big, you know, when you had to look for any strategies or anything, you had to figure out the game usually. You couldn't look online for strategies.
Or find somewhere that had a magazine that had the strategies in it.
Yeah. Or if you did find some strategies in a book or magazine, they weren't always 100% right.
Nope, I had one for Doom on the Nintendo 64 that wouldn't work.
Yeah, there you go.
So, over the years, people have done this to multiple games. They take the game and they go back and, you know, you get a copy of it on the PC or whatever, and you open up the files and you look through the files and find out what's actually on the game. You know, what's in the game, what is there. You know, and because of the way games are made, the way they design them, a lot of times if you put something in the game and then you don't want to use it, taking it out creates bugs and glitches that you either have to go back and spend time to repair or can't repair at all because just there's something messed up because of the data that you've removed.
Yeah.
You know, they're touchy like that. So it's easier to just make those things inactive and just leave them in the code.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times you'll find those things still in the code in the games because that's how it was done. So a lot of that's what this is. These trivia is a lot of these are things that people have found in the code for games that it's like, wow, that was there. Wow.
Wow.
You know, was it meant to be there this whole time intentionally or coincidence kind of thing? The article I read, which is funny because we both just said this, I'll quote it real quick. It says, what they tend to forget is the game is so politically incorrect by modern standards that it would never happen. They're talking about getting a remake, which, by the way, is happening.
Yeah, but I hear it's going to be like... I heard it's going to be like chapter-based, kind of like Telltale's game.
Right. But what his editorial here basically says that there's no way we're going to get a legitimate remake. If they remake the game, they'll change the story completely and change the characters because the game was so incorrect and for modern times that we'd never get a modern remake of it. And he was totally completely wrong. We're getting the game again in its full entirety, just in chapters, which. Yeah. As long as it's the game that I love on the PlayStation 1, done much, you know, I will be okay with chapters.
Yeah, as long as the game's done right, yeah.
He says that particularly they'll have to change, that a remake would never happen without major changes to the story. This is partly due to the fact that the game's protagonist, Cloud Strife, is a terrorist who occasionally likes to dress in women's clothes. So, we both just said that, you know, that's one of the weirdest parts of the game, is that you're playing a terrorist who likes to cross-dress.
Well, it's not really said whether he likes to cross-dress, because, you know, but you have to at one point.
This is true, but he did spend a lot of time without a lot of resistance to Ares' idea.
Yeah, very true.
And
you're just kind of like, alright.
Depending on which room you decide to go in the Honeybee Inn, you know, may very well, you know, change that up a bit. The group room definitely gets a little weird because it's all men.
Oh, I'm glad I missed that room. Glad I went in the other one. But while you were spouting out those, I actually got Clem Hazard.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I figured I'd run over to the Chocobo stables and grab the summon that's over there. And I also got Mantra Magic.
Wow.
So, yeah. So now I'm just kind of running back to Calm.
So, the Honeybee Inn is very odd, has a very odd shift in tone that separates it from the rest of the game. I think it's supposed to be more like the equivalent of a Japanese love hotel, you know.
Right.
It's a brothel where the prostitutes wear costumes. In the final version of the game that we have, contains cut versions of the original areas that were designed for the Honeybee Inn.
Oh.
There were actually much larger areas, and there are several rooms. Some of the rooms that, you know, you can peek into, you actually could go into.
Oh, snap.
Originally in the design of the game. It was taken out. Obviously, it was already 3 discs long, you know. Adding that much more to the Honeybee Inn probably...
Yeah. Probably pushed it. It would have pushed it in, you know, into 4 discs or something.
Into a 4th disc. Not that I think that would have been the biggest problem, but it's also you're sidetracking on this completely weird sidetrack that in the end has no bearing on any of the rest of the game.
Yeah. You don't because even really revisit the area.
The Honeybee Inn has anything to do with anything else in the game.
Yeah,
it just makes Cloud look weird.
Yeah, and like I just said, you don't even go back there later in the game.
Some of the things that were coded to the game was originally they found dialogue of a evil Shinra you know, a head of the evil Shinra corporation. One of the heads coming out of the one of the girls' room, talking about how refreshed he was before chastising another employee for spending time there. My guess is that was what we ended up seeing when you peek through the keyhole and you get the whole weird role play thing that he's doing in the bedroom. I think that was probably what they replaced that with.
Huh.
This area also suggests that Tifa had worked there in the past in some capacity. Not only by direct comment that, you know, all of their girls had to meet the Dawn first.
Yeah.
But they also have a picture that resembles her still up on the wall. However, I guess this could have been the developers just reusing the character model, but I highly doubt that.
Yeah. That's interesting. They just healed her. Hold on, I gotta check her equipment, because she was just healed by that move. Everybody else was taking damage, but Tifa was healed by it. Oh, I just got Seal Evil from MacGuffin.
There are also several areas that were never seen in the final release, one of which has billboards of the girls' faces with their prices written beneath them.
Huh.
So, you know, that would have been something that I would have definitely been hard to get past modern, you know. You would have had to have given it a definite mature rating to even get that on the shelves now.
Oh, yeah, I especially
mean,
nowadays.
You know, Grand Theft Auto could pull it, you know, Rockstar pulled it off in several, but again, mature rating.
I was going to say, yeah, they've got that mature rating behind them.
most of all, this is probably the most common known bit of trivia coming out of the Honeybee Inn that people know, is they found dialogue for a patron who would claim to have stolen a pair of Tifa's panties.
Huh.
Okay, the dialogue is actually still in the game. The thing that he claims to have gotten Tifa's panties is actually still in the game. You can talk to the guy in Walmart, and he complains, but part of the dialogue was cut out. He continues on with his dialogue and complains that the underwear have a childlike design, and then there's an item that he was supposed to give you. The item was labeled "Panties of Unknown Origin."
Huh.
Leading people who have tried to figure this out leads people to the conclusion that the man in fact stole the underwear of Marlene.
Ooh.
The 5-year-old, by the way, she's not 8, she's 5, of the character Barrett.
The one that somehow knows how to make martinis and cocktails and works at the bar. Great child care there.
I was to say, there was also some stuff that led people to believe that there was suggestions that Barrett liked to hang around brothels himself. He would hang around the Honeybee Inn himself, and that may be where the pair of underwear had come from, was he left it there.
But why would he have
Maybe
Marlene's
Barrett was wearing
underwear?
it in some capacity on his head. I don't know.
Okay.
There was Zario also contained a cutscene where Cloud was pestering the girls for their panties and asking if he can smell them.
Wow.
These were cut from the final game. These cuts from the final game were actually mentioned in an interview from Final Fantasy Ultima Omega guide, Montamu Toriyama, the event planner of the game, wrote the scenes before really knowing the tone of the final product. So again, that just confirms what I said, that he did, they didn't all understand exactly where the whole game was going in a big package before they wrote.
I think
he thought
of it.
he was doing some perverted Japanese comedy, and in the end, it all really didn't fit with the feel of the game.
But I guess it all fit for the feel of Wall Market for the most part, then.
Very true. He also said a lot of the scenes that he had planned were never fully coded, so, maybe some of these were completely out of context, and we were just...
Yeah, we only got a small snippet
the
of...
whole thing with the panties of unknown origin. Please tell me that was completely... I'm taking that out of context, because, that is just some weirdness.
Yeah, that's completely weird. That's a bit weird. I was gonna say...
See,
okay.
This guy suggests, and I honestly do not think that... I think it'll be in the game. I don't know. Maybe... other people may have a different opinion, but I honestly think Wall Market and Honeybee Inn will make a reprise in the remake.
I hope so. They need to.
This guy here says that the only way that we'll get to see the Honeybee Inn and the Cloud wearing a dress, blonde wig, and pumps is in a DLC costume pack. I do not believe that.
I could see it because of how they do video games nowadays. I could see them doing that. It would be a disappointment if they actually did do that. Ooh, new materials.
I do too. Okay. So when fans went through the code for Final Fantasy X, they discovered the most iconic weapon in the series was meant to make a comeback. Among the weapons meant for the main character, Titus is a all-functional version of the Buster Sword.
Nice.
There was originally supposed to be a Buster Sword for Titus in the game.
That's awesome.
if you have a Codebreaker device or a PC capable of emulating the game, then you too can actually basically turn on the item, and you can get it in the game. You can actually use the Buster Sword for Titus in the game. The guy has a link right here on the page too, if I wanted to watch a video how to do it for my PS2.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
That is
but
cool.
There's a little bit of more. It gets a little deeper than that, apparently. Okay, so while Cloud's weapon showing up in the planet Sphera might seem like an odd thing, it might have been a subtle piece of foreshadowing as to the connection to the two games that the two games share. In an interview for Final Fantasy X2 Ultima Guide, Shigu, whatever, I don't know, Najima, the scenario writer for the game, revealed that both X and X2 are actually prequels to 7.
Whoa.
According to Nijima, the character Shinra from X2 would use all of the information he learned from the course of the game to try and drain the Far Plane, the world of X's version of the afterlife, for use as an energy source. While he would fail in his own lifetime, his descendants would perfect this ability and would go on to become the spacefaring colonists who would populate the world from 7. Their distant relations would go on to name their corporation the Shinra Electric Company in his honor.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I never figured that. You know, there are a lot of pieces like that that can fit together between all the Final Fantasy games. It's just nobody's fully said that, yeah, these pieces do fit together. You know? But there's always been that theory of, what if all the Final Fantasy games actually are the same world, just at different points of time? And it's, from what I've heard, a lot of different, like, theorists and shit. I think Matt Pat for a while was working on a Final Fantasy theory about like that. And, there's not enough conclusive evidence, you know, to actually be able to make a solid Final Fantasy timeline, I guess.
No, not all of them, but I mean, when the game's scenario writer tells you that yes, X and X2 are actually prequels to 7.
Yeah.
They take place on a different planet, but the future descendants from X2 will go on to go into space and populate the planet from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, okay.
And descendants from those people will be the characters from Final Fantasy VII.
That's cool.
You know, so that's awesome. That's cool, and I'm not sure if it got completely cut off or not, but because somehow my controller became unplugged. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking, you know, if we populated this planet, you know, I wonder if Genova chased us from a future Sphera.
Maybe.
Weird, crazy things. Maybe Genova was a different form of sin back in, you know, in the future.
That, you know, that could be it. That kind of fits. I mean, you know, Genova was like this godlike being, you know, and that's pretty much what sin is in a way.
Exactly. I wonder if it, you know, chased, maybe they finally, you know, left the planet after, you know, and tried to colonize somewhere else, and you have, you know, those that they call ancients, they were looking for a promised land. They wandered the new planet until they found a promised land, and then some of them settled and became the inhabitants, and others wandered until the wanderers finally all died off, except for Ares.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though. It's interesting to think that X and X2 are actually prequels, and, you know, to ponder what could be, you know, more connections between the two that they never, you know, mentioned, or we just never noticed.
Well, sorry to cut you off. But I just got the Peacemaker from that's Vincent, one of Vincent's guns. Because you know, while you've been spouting out the trivia, I've kind of just been walking around calm, you know, collecting items. So I just got the Peacemaker for Vincent, which is a party member we don't have yet.
My next one you're going to enjoy.
Okay.
Is called The Dragon Seal is Broken.
Okay.
About halfway through Final Fantasy VI, the world is turned into a wasteland at the hand of the villain Kefka.
Yep. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't played it.
But I have watched it in your stream, so
yeah.
You are past the halfway point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So no spoilers there. They should have already watched your streams. You should have
my
already
other videos.
Caught up on Final Fantasy by now.
I know. I need to eventually finish that. But anyway, yeah. Go ahead.
Due to his actions, 8 dragons are unleashed upon the world, and you have the option of fighting them. Once the 8 have fallen, a message flashes on the screen stating "Dragon Seal broken," but nothing happens.
Sorry, I was just laughing because your phone's like, "You're killing me, Smalls."
Now, for years, people assumed it was connected to the cut boss called Kaiser Dragon, who was intended to be the most powerful fight in the game, but was removed at the late stage of development.
Okay. To kind of follow up on that, in, what was it, the Game Boy Advance port of Final Fantasy VI, they actually have a couple bonus dungeons. And one of them is kind of like the Phoenix Cave, where you get Locke in the second half of the game, where you have to split your party into 3 groups, and they actually put the Kaiser Dragon at the end of that dungeon in the GBA port.
They sure did.
And if I remember correctly,
I was just getting ready to say that, so continue on.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the second bonus dungeon that is pretty much like a boss rush kind of deal. It's like 100 battles straight, just one after another. If I remember correctly, the Kaiser Dragon is at the end of that, and it's an even harder fight than the one from the other bonus dungeon.
But, yeah, it's true.
See, so, I know things.
You're right. The Game Boy Advance area was called the Dragon's Den, where the 8 dragons returned. After you fought, each Drew Dragon had a new gimmick.
Yeah.
The Skull Dragon, for example, can now only be killed by draining his MP. The Holy Dragon now heals itself 6,000 hit points as a counter to your moves. And the dungeon ended with the battle against the Kaiser Dragon, a fully realized version of the original Kaiser. They spelled the original Kaiser C-Z-A-R, and the new one is K-A-I-S-E-R.
Ah, okay.
So it's a fully realized version of the original Kaiser Dragon, cementing the connection between it and the other 8 dragons. So yeah, okay, that was what the Dragon Seal was supposed to do. But what most fans didn't realize is that these changes were actually planned for the original Super Nintendo version of the game. There are several pieces of cut dialogue in the game's code that suggest the rematch gimmick battles were planned for the original, but were removed at some point in the development.
Yeah, I think it was because they started to realize that they were running out of space.
Yeah, possibly.
Because cartridges, they can only hold, I think, like 350 megabytes.
Right, they were...
Which isn't that much when you think about it.
It says, in fact, the battles were probably meant to be even tougher than they are on the Game Boy Advance remake. As other cut lines suggest, the dragons had the power to summon each other in battle, meaning you either had to fight them in pairs or as one long sequential boss fight. So not only did the fans get screwed out of lots of awesome post-game content, but they also would have to wait 8 years and buy the game again along with a new console for the privilege of getting their asses kicked by the Kaiser Dragon on a Matchbox-sized screen.
Yeah.
So, I don't really feel like the fans got screwed, because I kind of agree with you. I think it might have been a size issue. And first off, a bonus dungeon is not essential to the game.
No.
You're not losing any of the actual game content. And that would have been one rough fight if every one of those dragons had their new abilities and you had to fight them as one long boss, or each dragon can randomly summon another one of his dragon buddies.
Yeah.
During battle. That would have been some of the roughest Final Fantasy fights up until the the weapon battles.
Yeah.
Emerald and Ruby.
Which, oh my god, those are rough. But yeah, oh my god, that would have put a whole different spin on some of those dragon fights, because now you not only have to deal with one, you've got to deal with another one that is now there. God, that would be sick. Alright, it's not letting me outside a column, so I guess I'm gonna have to do this in stuff. Unfortunately. I was originally gonna do it next stream, but no, we're gonna have to do it. Tom, you're late. Yes, I am, because I was looking around town. Yo, you're late. Sorry to keep you waiting. Guess everyone's here now. So let's hear your story. You know, the one about Sephiroth and the crisis of the planet. Let's hear it all. Every single gruesome detail.
Oh, are we starting that now?
Yeah, I'm gonna do this right now, because I looked at the time and it's only like 20 after 10. So...
I was saying, I got plenty more trivia.
Yeah. But I can't get out of town. I can't leave the town. Even if it was just Cloud, just, you know, by himself, it won't let me leave. So I'm just gonna try and go through this.
Why did you go into town?
Because, you know, I got everything I needed. Everything I needed outside of town. I got the freaking...
Well.
Yeah, and I even went to, like I said, the Chocobo stables and got something ahead of time, so... Plus, I wanted to get the weapons and materia in town and shit like that, too. You know. But I used to want to be like Sephiroth, so I joined Soldier. After working with Sephiroth in several missions, we became friends. Call that a friend? Well, yeah. He was older than me and hardly ever talked about himself. Tits McGee has remained silent. So I guess you could call us war buddies. We trusted each other until one day. One day? One day. One day. After the war, it was Soldier's duty to put down any resistance against Shinra. See, this is the first mention of the war, too, of Wutai. And that was 5 years ago. I was 16. Sure is raining hard. Hey, how are you doing? I'm gonna throw up. I'm alright. I wouldn't know. Never had motion sickness. Everything okay? He said nothing. Okay. Must be okay. Hey. Settle down. They gave me some new materia. Can't wait to use it. Just like a kid. Going to brief us about the mission? This isn't a typical mission. Good. Why do you say that? I joined Soldier to be like you. But by the time I made first class, the war was already over. My big hopes of becoming a hero like you ended with the war. That's why I signed up when
Cloud.
Yeah, shush. That's why I always sign up whenever there's a big mission. Kind of a way to prove myself. Say, how do you feel, Mr. Sephiroth? Thought you wanted a briefing. Well, maybe. Our mission's to investigate an old Mako reactor. They've been having reports of it malfunctioning and producing brutal creatures. First, we'll dispose of those creatures, then we'll locate the problem and neutralize it. Brutal creatures? Where? You know, there. Make a reactor at Nibelheim. Nibelheim? That's where I'm from.
Blah,
I know, so much story. Hometown. Sir, something strange just crashed into the truck. That would be our monster.
Final Fantasy 13 could have been worth buying.
Alright, so we're fighting a dragon.
I was finishing reading this.
Oh, sorry, it's alright. No, I was just about to say, this is actually the one time ever in the game that you get to see Sephiroth on your side of the combat, pretty much. You don't get to control him or anything, though, is the unfortunate thing.
There was an area coded in Final Fantasy 13's, coded into the game, called the 7th Arc, which literally was an area which had more random battles, more boss fights, optional boss battles, a quest structure system tying everything together, would have added a world map, towns to the world map, an airship, and multiple other things that they left out of Final Fantasy 13 that are usually in any Final Fantasy game.
Alright, before you continue, I just have to ask, just for my own sanity, why did they take that out?
The only thing that was used from that was the Proto-Fal'Cie Atom from X-13-2.
Right.
Was originally the end boss for the 7th Arc area, under the original name of Nemesis.
Huh.
The 7th Arc was going to be released as a DLC at one point, but technical issues prevented this from happening. This was during those wondrous years when Square Enix did not know what DLC was. It's a shame, because if they released it at 13 today, they could do it with, adding all of that into it, and it would have made the game actually worth playing.
Yeah, I agree, because that's still one I'm fighting to get through, because I get, so far into it, and I'm like, ugh, this is boring, because it's just a fucking hallway. We reached Himline.
It's actually one of the comments it makes before is, Final Fantasy 13 was one giant quarter that you ran down whilst taking battles one after another, that coupled with a confusing story, uninteresting characters, and a battle system that essentially takes away player involvement.
Yeah, I can get down with all of that, because it's very true. I'll let you answer your phone. I got a story to read anyway. How does it feel? This is your first time back in your hometown in a long time, right? So, how does it feel? I wouldn't know because I don't have a hometown. How about your parents? My mother is Genova. She died right after she gave birth to me. My father... Creepy laugh. Insert creepy laugh. What does it matter? Alright, let's go.
Alright, you still there? Yes,
yeah, I'm still here. I actually have control of Cloud. Keep running around here, you'll get us in trouble. Being on watch is boring. Just tell you it's your job, right? Okay. Alright, so I guess I talked to him. Mako smells pretty bad here. No? Okay. Yo, wait a minute. Isn't that, the name of Sephiroth's mother? I remember Genova. That's a damn headless spook living in the Shinra building. That's right. Brutus, would you please let us hear what Tom has to say? You can ask questions later. But Tits McGee, I was only wanting to know. Okay, Tom, continue. Childhood friends reunite. I was really surprised with Tits McGee. The town was quiet. Everyone must have been in their houses, afraid to come out because of the monsters. No, maybe they're afraid of us. We leave for the reactor at dawn. Make sure to get sleep early.
Ooh, this one's juicy. Sorry, go on.
It's alright. I was just about to say, I actually like this part of this little story thing.
This is probably the only good spot. Well, not here, but later.
Yeah, later at this part.
The juicy part.
Yeah, I was gonna say this one is like the part where they start planting those seeds where you're just like you're not sure what you really know. You know, it's like here's one.
When we get to it, the next piece of trivia may show a connection between Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy XIII.
Oh.
So, little juicy one here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the things. Yeah, actually, I think I needed to go in there. I'm just trying to get those little things to pop up. Tom, did you go in my house?
Select. But there's no select, so it's probably the chat.
No. I'm trying to get the what is it? The events to pop. You know, that come up here. I thought you might be home.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
going into the different houses. And...
the parts that make you as the player go, wait a minute.
Yeah, like the time you tried to steal the panties out of Tifa's underwear drawer.
Yeah, see, Tom, Tom, did you go in my room? Yeah. 'Cause, you know, I want your panties. The letter. Did you read it? My letter? Yeah. Remember what it said? I remember clearly, I guess. I read it. It was a letter addressed to Tits McGee from the son of the guy who runs the general store. Tits McGee, how are you? I arrived in Midgar 8 days ago. Yesterday, all of Nibelheim got together to welcome me. The only person that we couldn't get a hold of was Tom. But everyone said he wasn't really that close to us, so even if we asked, he probably wouldn't have come anyway. Well, enough about him. Midgar is really something, but to tell you the truth, I feel so behind on everything, so out of it. Even the rooms of people in the slums are clean. Right now, I'm living in the slums, but I plan to move to a really nice room, like the ones I've seen in magazines, once I make some money. But to do that, I guess I'll have to find a job first. That's right, I still haven't found a job yet. I lied to my parents and told them I found a great job with Shinra Inc. I wonder if it's too late to go back. Sometimes I think I should have taken over my parents' store. Tom, do you remember all of it? Yeah, I remember it. I'm gonna keep going with this, because there was some stuff about me. I just made it here to Midgar, but all I can think about is Nibelheim. Hey, Tits McGee. Is that stupid old water tower still working? Is the old man at the inn doing well? Are my parents still at the shop every day? Have you seen any monsters lately? And most of all, how are you, Tits McGee? It feels like I haven't seen you in years. We were all talking about you last night. Everyone likes you because everyone idolizes you. I couldn't very well stab them in the back. I always acted really cool, but actually I was just afraid of being jilted. Wow, if I keep writing like this, this will become a love letter. So I think I'll stop here. Take care, I'll write again. P.S. Write me back, okay? So I have, there it is, orthopedic underwear. Received orthopedic underwear.
Yes, you did.
Tom, Yeti! It's true, I took your panties. Tom, we're talking about something really important here. And so am I! I obtained those panties.
So remember the underwear that I mentioned earlier from Wall Market?
Yeah.
The ones that the panties of unknown origin.
Yeah.
You could those are originally coded into the game as one of the 3 items you could get for Cloud. Because if you think about it, there are 3 of every item. You know, a bronze, a silver, and a gold, basically, of every item that you have to collect for that little side quest, except for the underwear. There's only 2 underwear.
Yeah.
So the third one
that was supposed to be the orthopedic ones?
No, the panties of unknown origin.
Oh, okay.
These were another little side thing that, you know,
was just thrown in.
Kind of just got weird.
Yeah.
It's like, why could you go and take Tifa's panties exactly? I mean,
I don't know. But yeah, I just played this piano.
Maybe the same reason you could take Barrett on the
date.
Date.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I just played this piano, did just a little, and if I remember correctly, this little thing that comes up, do, re, mi, try, la.
You are correct.
I'm pretty sure that's like something I need to do later. Actually, put those in
I think
and
it's
everything.
now. Hold on.
No, I'm pretty sure it's like after I come back to Nibelheim. I have to put those things in, and I think it spits out a limit break for Tifa. I want to say it's Tifa's ultimate limit break. I could be completely wrong. Yeah, I jammed on it. Let me see. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I don't know. I don't know these buttons. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, so that was really weird. Give me a second, and I will tell you what it is. I have it written down somewhere. Hold on.
It's not letting me use the top
Do,
buttons
re,
though either.
mi, ti, la.
Yeah. I don't know. It's only giving me the option to use 4 different buttons. It's not letting me use the top 4. Because I could have swore you had to use those also.
Or you have to hold one in it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Aha! There we go. R1 is the one that I have to hold.
And it's do, re, mi, ti, la.
I don't know which ones do what. This is the thing.
Well, you'll have to figure it out.
Damn it.
I'll just type it in the chat so you know. There's 2 of them.
Ah, damn it. Okay. Damn it.
And
yeah, I don't know the buttons that correspond with the do, re, mi, tra, la, la, blah, 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 la, 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 la. I don't know the buttons that correspond with those.
Well, that's the only thing I have, so.
I know, it's probably something I'll have to Google, to be honest. But,
You might. I guess I could do that real quick.
Alright, hold on.
Anyway, that was really weird phone call. That's the 2nd one in a row I've gotten. Apparently, this guy is calling for Lewis somebody. I don't know. And I was like, look, I'm tired of getting calls from this. I was like, I don't know who Lewis is. I was like, I'm getting calls from Lewis on my phone. I'm getting mail from Lewis at this address, you know, on my cell phone. And so I told him, and he's like, well, I'll contact the courthouse and petition to have your number removed. And he hung up. I'm like, okay, whatever. no big deal. So I called back again. Twice now he's called for the private number. So we called back again, and he asked for Lewis, and I said, look, I just talked to you guys. There's no Lewis here. And he's like, well, I just called for this number, and I just called from a 9-4 this number. And I'm like, well, the second number you're saying is definitely my phone number. You must have misdialed. I don't know what to tell you. And he's like, so says something about, well, I've just called you from this number and this number here, and these are the numbers that we have listed in his file. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. And he goes, well, I'm gonna tell dispatch to have an officer sent out to the Brian Derry Road address, and then hung up. And I'm like,
okay.
Okay. I don't live on Brian Derry Road.
I was about to say,
so...
I would have been like, well, good thing I don't live anywhere near Brian Derry.
I tried. I was like, hello, hey, hello. And, you know, he would already hung up. I was going to say, I don't live on Brian Derry Road. I am not giving you my address at this point, but I'm telling you, you're not going to get the same person you talk to on the phone when you send somebody out there. They're going to be like, no one's called here.
Yeah. Oh, that's too many F's. Alright, chords. I'm actually looking this up on Google to see if I can find out what buttons it is. Come on. Boom. Bum. FAQ, translate for something not right. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, so yeah, I don't need to do this right now.
It works later. It's how you open the stuff in the house later.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like disc 3. I have to come back and do this. But, yeah, pretty much it's to get, Tifa's final limit break. Okay. So I just wasted everybody's time there for a second. Sorry.
Time waster.
Yeah, it happens. Alright, so I guess I go with my house. Or this isn't my house. This is somebody else's house. Oh, you're Shinra. Welcome. Oh, I'm sorry. It's you, Tom. I didn't recognize you. Shinra! Soldier! Are you gonna kill the monsters? Are you going to... Weird kids. Weird kids, man. Alright, this one, I think, is my house. Yeah. Here we go. This is my house. It has nothing to do with what happened 5 years ago. This is my house. But it has nothing to do with what happened 5 years ago. Let's just keep that there. Let you guys sit on that for a moment. Yo, wait, I want to hear. Me too, it's been a long time, right? Tell us more. Saw your family, right?
No, Mom nagged me a lot.
Probably. Because it gives you the option. I don't really want to talk about it, or alright. I'm gonna go with alright. I don't know if you'd call it a family. My father died when I was young, and that's why my mom lived alone in this house. Yeah, I saw my mom. My mom, she was a vibrant woman. Yeah.
I'm looking at Torin's comments in the chat. Do me Tifa.
Yeah, I see that, yeah. Hadn't changed at all. But a few days later, she died. And when I saw her, she looked fine. Hi, Mom. Yes? Tom. Welcome home, Tom. Hi, Mom. Come.
I'm going to try that next time I'm at the piano.
What?
The do me ti fa. see if that gets me anything. Maybe Tifa will run around with no shirt on the rest of the game.
Yes! Come. Let me take a look at you. It's a little bit of a weird flick. You look so handsome. So this is a soldier uniform. Mom, My, how you've grown. I bet the girls never leave you alone. Not really. I'm worried about you. There's a lot of temptation in the city. I feel a lot better if you just settle down with a nice girlfriend, like Tifa. I'm alright. You should have an older girlfriend. One that'll take care of you, like Tits McGee. I think that would be best for you. I'm not interested. She gives rough hand jobs. Are you eating right? I'm alright. The company takes care of me. Is that so? You know you can, I know you can't cook. I've been worried sick about you. Tom. You know Tom. Isn't that right, Tom? I'll always be your mother. So yeah, there was a little bit of little jump cuts going on there. Just like really bad editing. Let's stop this. See, and that's another thing. Why would he just want to stop in the middle of that? You know, usually somebody'd be like, "Yeah, I talked to my mom. It was all right." Blah blah blah. You know, but it was kind of weird. There we go. That was another part. I just didn't read it out loud. I walked into the item shop and the lady's like, "Welcome," walked over to me and then did that white flash thing again, and then she vanished, and Brutus is getting pissed off because I apparently don't know the story I'm trying to convey.
Nope.
See, it's those little hints of something going on. Alright, so now I gotta talk to you, maybe? Shinra here to get rid of the monsters. And you are? I'm Zagan? I guess. I travel around the world teaching children martial arts because, you know, children need to learn to freaking punch people in the throats, I guess. I have 128 students all over the world. In this town, a girl named Tits McGee is my student. Did you say Tits McGee? Tits McGee has good sense. She'll be a powerful fighter. That's kind of true. Alright, nothing there. Here we go. What are you looking at? The scenery. I feel like I know this place. Okay. We're short one bed. I think I have to talk to the innkeeper, right? Yeah, there we go. So what do you need, Tom? Give me a room. It's all reserved for you Shinra people, so I don't mind. But wouldn't you feel more comfortable staying at home? Another one of those hints. We have an early start tomorrow. We should get some sleep soon. Yeah, let's get some sleep. Let's get through this. Huh. I've hired a guide to make a reactor. I've heard she's young. I hope we can rely on her. Oh, excuse me. Once the guide gets here, we're heading out. Listen to me, Sephiroth. In case something happens, trust me. I'll be alright, Dad. I have 2 men from Soldier with me. I'm Tits McGee. Nice to meet you. Tits McGee, you're our guide? That's right. Just so happens I'm the #1 guide in this town. It's too dangerous. I can't let you get involved in this. There's no problem if you protect her. Let's go. Mr. Sephiroth, please let me take one picture for a memento. Tits McGee, can you ask him for me too? Group photo.
Woo!
There we go. Cheese! Great, thank you. I'll give each of you a copy once it's developed. A Mega reactor was built on Mount Nibble. The cold mountain air of Mount Nibble was the same. Okay. Ba-do-do-do-do-do. Okay. It gets harder from here. Follow me. The bridge. The bridge broken. And that was the point where we died.
Yep, we died. Right
Everyone died. Everyone seems to be alright. We'll be able to get back, right? Or will we be able to get back? These caves are intertwined, like an ant farm. Oh, and Sephiroth, one person seems to be missing. It may sound cruel, but we have no time to search for him. We can't go back, so we must go on. We'll travel together from here. And now I actually can look somewhat at what Sephiroth has for like stats and stuff. This is actually the one time you get a chance to look at it. It's wearing a gold amulet, tough ring, Masamune, whatever. Masamune.
Jesus God.
What?
His stats.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, he's level freaking 50. He's got Revive, Restore, Earth All, excuse me. A Fire. They're all mastered materials too.
Can you take the Masamune off of him and give it to Cloud?
I wish. Let me see. No, I can't. I can't take any of it.
Can't do anything.
No, it's funny though, whenever you go to his materia and then you try to grab it, it pops up with that little red box. It's like Sephiroth kind of looking at you like, motherfucker. But yeah, Sephiroth's a beast, apparently. His
materia is all mastered.
Yeah, every bit of it. Every single bit of it's completely mastered. Quake 3. Now you're just showing off.
Right.
It's just like Quake 3. Blah. And it didn't even use any of his MP. I call hacks. Call freaking hacks on that crap. Sephiroth is OP, needs nerfing. What's this? It's a mysteriously colored cave. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Right?
It must be the Mako energy. This mountain's especially abundant in it. That's why the Mako reactor was built here. Who knew Tifa was so good at pointing out the obvious? Obvious. Ice 3. See, he's just freaking showing off.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I've got only 3 pieces of trivia left, so I'm going to go with this next one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Eden from Final Fantasy VIII, which is the most powerful summon in Final Fantasy VIII, you can only get it from 2 ways. You either have to draw it from Ultimate Weapon, down at the bottom of the ocean, or you have to draw it from Bahamut once you get to the 4th disc at Ultimacia's castle.
Right.
There's only 2 ways to get it, basically. Eden is basically I guess it resembles a mixture of a building with a long red cloak and maybe a giant robot with wings.
Right. It's probably the same person again.
No.
Oh.
Actually, it wasn't.
Oh.
So, anyway, there's a lot of speculation on what...
Man, you are popular today. And what's this? Mako Fountain. It's a miracle of nature. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna be like...
A lot of people speculate what, sorry.
Oh, it's alright. Go ahead.
A lot of people speculate on what...
Go ahead.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
I'm just like...
My door.
Oh, fuck.
Go ahead, I'll be back. I have
Okay.
It's pissing me off.
If the Mako reactor continues to suck up the energy, this fountain will dry up too. Materia. When you condense Mako energy, materia is produced. It's very rare to see materia in its natural state. By the way, why is it that when you use materia, you can also use magic too? You were in Soldier and didn't even know that? The knowledge and wisdom of the ancients is held in materia. Anyone with this knowledge can freely use the power of the land and the planet. That knowledge interacts between ourselves and the planet, calling up magic, or so they say. Hobbit is popular, needs nerfing. Magic, a mysterious power. Did I say something funny? A man once told me to never use unscientific terms like mysterious power. It shouldn't even be called magic. I still remember how angry he was. Who was that? Hojo of Shinra. An inexperienced man assigned to take over the work of a great scientist. He was a walking mass of complexes. A Mako Fountain. This is where the knowledge of the ancients is. Okay, you can go ahead now. They're walking again.
Okay. Am I on? Is my mic on?
I was about to say,
okay.
If your mic died.
No. Alright, so a lot of people speculated what Eden actually is. Because there's no description of what it is in the game. So a lot of people think that it's either possibly a garden, like the gardens in the game are the schools that the students that are your main characters throughout the game that they're from. They believe it's either a garden from the future, one of these mobile school things, or possibly one of the groups in the game. I believe they're called the White Seeds. They were into doing experiments with technology and things like that, they may have managed to fuse the souls of the students to the school and actually make it a living school. That's another one of the theories. Anyway, when the fans discovered the debug room in Final Fantasy VIII, they uncovered some new information regarding Eden that wouldn't become relevant for another decade. It seems that Eden was originally named Bartandalus. Bartandalus is actually the main villain from Final Fantasy XIII.
Oh.
Bartandalus is also a giant robot monster with wings.
Oh.
So it raises a lot of questions. Was this something that, were they in the very early stages of planning the Final Fantasy XIII story? Because from what I've read up on it, they had this huge, massive 3-game, or 4-game, tie-up, that there were supposed to be 3 games that had absolutely nothing to do with each other except the deity. The only thing that was similar in each was they all worshipped, the world worshipped the same deity.
Yeah.
3 different worlds, 1 deity. It makes you wonder whether they were trying something, big, something grand. Had they been possibly planning something grand to connect all the games, at one point?
That was the rumors that were coming out when they were talking about 13. Was that it was supposed to be the first Final Fantasy to actually try and link all the other ones.
Yeah, so like I said, maybe it was something way in the early stages, where they were trying to connect pieces and give you something a little more than just individual games each time around.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just Final Fantasy they did such a crappy job with 13 that not only did they give us a crap game with such little content, but they even didn't bother to give us a unique villain. They just rehashed a character model from previous game and went with an older, with a different name, with an old name.
Maybe, I don't know. Alright, I'm in the Nibelheim reactor now.
I see.
So, here comes the major story.
I've got 2 more. One's a Final Fantasy Tactics one, and one's my final Final Fantasy VII one.
Okay, well, let me get through this part real quick, because this is gonna go probably quick, hopefully. This is Genova, right? It won't open. This is all where Sephiroth goes frickin' nuts. Goes nutso-butso. This is the reason for the malfunction. This part's broken. Tom Yeti, close the valve. Alright, so I have to come over here and twist, twist, twist. There we go. I closed it. Why did it break? Now I see. Hojo. But doing this will never put you in the same level as Professor Gas. This is a system that condenses and freezes the Mako energy. That is, when it's working correctly. Now, what does Mako energy become when it's further condensed? Oh yeah, it becomes materia. Right, normally. But Hojo put something else in there. Take a look. Come on, let me look. You gonna let me look? Look through the window. Okay, I have to talk to him. It looks almost like a fuck. I think his name was Gorgon from the Hydra, the thing in there in the tank.
Oh, it looks like Lash.
Yeah, it looks like Lash too from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Normal members of Soldier are humans that have been showered with Mako. You're different from the others, but still human. But what are they? They've been exposed to far higher degree of Mako than you. Is this some kind of monster? Exactly, and it's Hojo Shinra that produced these monsters. Mutated living organisms produced by Mako energy. That's what these monsters really are. Normal members of Soldier, you mean you're different? Uh-oh. Hey, Sephiroth? No. Was I? Oh, yep, he's going nutso-butso. Was I created this way too? Yep. Am I the same as all these monsters? Sephiroth! I'm going nutso-butso, dude! You saw it. All of them were human. Human? No way! Ever since I was small, I've felt that I was different from the others. Special in some way. But not like these. Not like these. Oh no, one of the things is breaking open. Lash is getting out. Somebody stop him before he takes out another Inhuman.
Well, it'll be Sephiroth this time.
It actually kind of did look like Lash.
It did.
The whole thing, when it pops out and everything.
Oh, I hurt its leg.
Yeah, oh well. I was even more surprised. Oh, I missed it. Even more surprised. Some. Damn, Shinra. The more I hear, the more I hate him. Who would have ever thought a Mako reactor held such a secret? That would definitely explain the increase in the number of monsters recently. I think we should listen carefully to Tom. Don't you think so, Brutus? Why are you talking to me? Oh, okay. I could actually save the game and rest here, which I think I will do.
Yep.
You know,
so,
yeah. Go ahead and
get on to this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and say your last two bits of trivia, and we'll use that to finish up.
Okay, so my next one is on Final Fantasy Tactics. It has a huge cast of characters, some of whom look pretty impressive but don't actually do anything whatsoever or help the main plot whatsoever in any way. However, when fans began searching through the code, they discovered that this was not always the case, despite the ability to recruit many of the creatures in the game, enemies. Hold on. Where was I? Okay, despite anyway, you can recruit a lot of the bad guys, a lot of the good guys, a lot of characters in the game, but some of them you were able to recruit. Some of them were simple preset AI that maybe you got into your party once or twice,
and then that was
throughout the game, and that was it. You never actually got to control them.
Yeah.
Even with a Game Shark device, you couldn't do it. Within the game's files, however, several story-related characters can be added to your party using an outside device, which suggests that they were intended to join the party in the main game. These 4 players include Olon, the astrologer,
okay,
who does join you for one battle in the game as a computer-controlled guest. Also, Simon, the elderly bishop, who actually dies halfway through the story. Spoiler if you haven't played.
Yeah.
His presence as a possible party member suggests that he could have joined you in your search for the missing students, which actually makes up a good portion of the whole second half of that game. Actually,
yeah, pretty much.
There's Balmalfula, the witch. I always called her the witch. I could never pronounce her name very well.
Yeah, there's a lot of names I can't pronounce.
She's one of the villains, and she's actually murdered later in the game, and then is all of a sudden back alive later in the game without any kind of explanation whatsoever. You never actually have to battle her in the original of the game, but in the PSP remake, the multiplayer remake, she's a optional boss fight.
Oh, nice.
Her presence in the story is negligible. You know, she really doesn't do much for the plot or anything whatsoever. But it's kind of cool that they maybe had intended for you to be able to get her as a playable character.
Yeah.
The last and the most confusing of these is Eldebids, the hardest boss in the game, who is a hidden boss. He's hidden at the very bottom of the most difficult dungeon in the game.
Yeah.
And he was intended as a reward for players who actually were able to tackle that dungeon. So if you got all the way down to the bottom of the dungeon and you beat him, you got him as a playable character. This might seem silly, but honestly, Final Fantasy games in general have like to do that. They like to give you some of the best stuff at the very end of the game or after you've beaten the end of the game.
Yeah, they'll give you even more shit.
Final Fantasy V and Final Fantasy VIII were both big on that. Especially 8. 8 gave you an item, a lamp, a genie's lamp, that said if you can beat this, beat the hardest boss, then you get this awesome prize. And really, Diablos isn't really the hardest boss in the game, but he definitely is not easy to beat when you first get the item.
Yeah.
The last bit of trivia is Ares in Hell.
Oh, hold on. I wanted to point out before we moved on from Final Fantasy Tactics that it had its own like slew of hidden characters and shit, or other characters that you could have join your party. One of them is the star of this game, Final Fantasy VII, Cloud.
You are true. That is true. You most certainly could.
He was one of my favorite people to have in my party. Anyway, continue.
The last one like I said, is called Ares in Hell. It's not something you see nowadays, but some older games, and Final Fantasy VII and VIII are both one, have places known as a debug room. These are essentially small playable areas that could only be accessed through GameShark devices or complex button inputs. They contain numerous developer cheats in order to make bug fixing an easier process. A group of intrepid fans discovered the Final Fantasy VII contains a debug room, and they soon went about uncovering as much information about the hidden workings of the game as they could. What they found was a creepy message left by the game developers that made all the worse by the person who relays it. The debug rooms are all pitch black, and the only contents are characters from the game that stand perfectly still. By talking to these characters, you can do pretty much anything in the game. Create any mixture of party members, give them all of the items or spells, go to any location you wish. One of these areas contains a giant version of Ares, the girl best known for her well-publicized death at the hands of the game's villain. Her official function in the game, or in the room, is to allow you to teleport to any area or event in the game. Wow.
Okay.
All I did was I touched my phone.
And your phone was like, no.
No, it effed up.
Oh. Come on, let me... I need to quit the game.
Okay. So, her official function in the room is to allow you to teleport to any area or event in the game. What is most intriguing is the final area on the list, which is called Hades. While the game has a summon spell named Hades, there is no such area called that. If you ask her to teleport you to Hades, this is her response. And it has a Photoshop on the thing that I'm looking at, and it's Ares, and she says, "Silly, didn't anyone tell you? This is Hades."
Oh, wow. Huh.
When going through the debug room in the Japanese version of the game, players discovered the word Hades here is a mistranslation of the word hell. All of this was never intended to be discovered by players, as this was back in 1997 when the internet was still in its infancy. This means the Japanese development team left this hidden piece of eerie dialogue in place that they thought would never be seen except by the translation team.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is Hades. Wow.
That's all I got.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
But yeah, that's creepy, isn't it?
That's kind of an unsettling note to leave the stream on. You know? Wow.
Yes.
I can't wait to play more of this next week, though. If you can join me, that'd be great. Let me know if you can.
I will most certainly try.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But thank you all for watching. I'm Bink Deadpool. I've been here with Iron Hobbit. And this has been Final Fantasy VII. We'll play more of this next week. But be sure to check the channel on Wednesday for some Fallout and Friday for more Walking Dead. Until we see each other in the next video, peace out.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.